Hi, my name is Hanayo Sachiyusu. I'm 28 and concerned about my intimately unfortunate strokes of bad luck. From when I was young, it would start to rain whenever I would try to go outside, and I would slip into tomorrow on banana peels on the street. On cue, a napping black cat screeches awake where I would sit down. Scream! I'm not the popo. Wherever I would go, bad luck was following close behind. And although it was rare to happen, other people got involved sometimes, and that was what scared me the most.
Are you alright, madam?
My husband Rio would be the safety net for such a woman who bites bullets for breakfast on the daily. For that particular instance with the cat, all he did was take care of my injuries. But even afterwards, right after I'd had a regular stroke of bad luck, I would meet him totally by coincidence. It was like something or someone always put him nearby to give me a sense of security in these unfortunate instances. Is this what they call destiny? After some time, we started dating, and after a couple happy years, we decided to get married after I accepted his proposal. Are you sure about this? I'm worried that I'm going to put you in danger with my strokes of bad luck.
Truthfully, I'm not a very lucky person either. But you do see these in manga, right? Multiplying two negative things together make it positive. Reversal engage!
Thank you. At the time, I couldn't help but wonder. I didn't understand what exactly made him think he was unlucky too. He had decent looks, he had a stable, well-paying job, he had a nice apartment. Everything seemed amazing, to be honest. But I eventually understood what he meant by that when I met his family.
I will not give you my blessing for marrying this girl!
This was the first time I visited his parents' home soon after we got engaged. Mrs. Okada was out on the porch as we pulled in. She seemed a woman of humble origins, but now retained a civilized atmosphere.
How could you say that? You haven't even met her properly yet!
At first, she seemed kind yet strict, charming yet distant. But even before I had the chance to greet her, she started to shout aggressively.
Reina told me everything about her, and it's all really bad news!
Eh? Reina? Get out here, you! What the hell did you tell her? You better not have told her anything stupid!
Behind his mother stood his younger sister, Rosalina, smirking in my direction.
I only did a bit of digging around because I was concerned, Rio. You did tell me a bit about her, and that got me worried.
So you just decided that hiring a detective to spy on me and Hillary behind our backs was the best thing to do? Again? I thought I told you to stop all that bullshit!
Hiring a detective to look into her own brother? A horror movie at this point.
Oh, come now, have some heart, Rio dear. I think I did it for good, solid reasons. Mommy, do something. Rango's being mean to me.
You're the one to blame for all of this. Uncanny bad luck since birth. Rio as our firstborn son. You're going to eventually inherit our business, you know. Do you wish to bring about the downfall of your great-grandfather's legacy by marrying this woman, who's the living embodiment of misfortune?
All I could do was gawk and listen at Rio argue with his family. I now understood what he meant when he said he's also unlucky, and that he was always hesitant about introducing me to his family. I mean, who would want someone to meet his sister, who gets the law involved so quickly? And his mother, who would dare insult someone she first met. He himself wanted them to accept that I was to be his wife, but perhaps he should have known better.
Enough! No matter what you two say, I'm going to marry Hillary!
You know that's not gonna happen. You're gonna marry me instead.
You're 25 and you're still saying that nonsense? You're making things worse, so zip it and stay quiet. For the sake of the business, too, you must marry a good woman from a good family. An incompetent lowlife like this couldn't possibly be entrusted with the whole business.
I'm not your freaking puppet! I decide my own life!
He grabbed my arm and ignored their objections as we left. I realized just how brave he was to stand up for me against his own family, and my heart did a little dance. Later, he apologized to me and said,
That's my family, unfortunately. But I want you as my bride. I don't intend to inherit the business, and those idiots who dare to say nasty things to the girl I love, I don't see them as family anymore.
The deity of unluckiness had been playing with me for far too long, and I knew too well that some things in this world were out of your control. In this manner, without ever getting his family's blessing, we became a married couple. 3 months later, although it would be a modest one, we decided to have a wedding. Just in case, we sent his parents an invitation, but what we got as an answer was an invitation ripped to confetti. And an extremely sappy love letter to Rio from his sister Rena.
What the hell is this?
She seemed so intent on marrying her own brother. I was in awe at how loose the screws were in her head. In the end, he gave up hope on his family attending the ceremony, but on the big day, a scandalous incident would occur. On that fateful day, we arrived to start the preparations. A staff woman led us to our rooms, but
Lupine?
the 2 dresses that I was to wear were completely destroyed. Nearby were a pair of scissors, perhaps the crime weapon, and a letter. Love your future wife? Lupin? Rio called his sister immediately.
Rena! What the hell have you done?
Rio, darling. Did you notice what I did? This is true love for sure.
You're the only one who would do something as atrocious as this!
I protected something precious, you see?
I think ruined is a much better word, yo!
Nope, that precious entity I protected was your pure heart. Wink.
Enough with the lupine shit!
So I guess the wedding's canceled, huh? Since the bride has nothing to wear.
The biggest day of our lives! Our friends are coming, you know. How do you propose to deal with that?
You needn't worry about the money, darling. Mom and Dad kindly said that they were going to pay for everything.
So they know about this?
Mom said it would bring shame and curses to our family if your marriage to that bitch became official. And she even prepared very sharp scissors for me, you see? Those blades cut through the wedding dress like a hot knife through butter. Japanette, Japanette, oh the Japanette, the dream.
They cheered you on in this freaking scandal? Frick your singing! It's making things worse!
No one wants you to marry that walking bundle of cursed energy. It's not too late to ask for Mom and Dad's forgiveness now. Divorce her already and come back home.
Oh my god, you can't get any stupider than this! You won't get a hug from me ever again!
You can't be serious. You're still gonna put up a fight? I thought we'd go on our honeymoon. I booked 2 months of traveling, you know. We were gonna go to Dubai, darling. You've been eager to go there, haven't you?
I don't care!
And then my phone started buzzing with notifications. Who could be contacting me?
You freaking bitch! Thanks to you, Rio darling hates me now. Enough about that. Please apologize for what you did to my dresses. My one day of glory, my whole life. This is inhumane. You're the one to blame stealing Rio away from me. Thank you so much for making me go on a 2-month honeymoon alone. I'll freaking bother you again once I get back. I will never let you take my Rio from me, you hear? Never!
The ceremony staff very kindly searched frantically to arrange for new wedding gowns, but their efforts were unfortunately in vain, and the wedding had to be cancelled. Our friends who were going to attend were kind enough to understand sympathetically when we explained what happened, and they even offered their matrimonial gifts nevertheless, along with words of congratulations and prayers for good fortune. My mother was crying, demanding why such misfortune had to happen. Her breaking down made me decide to ask Rio for another chance. I just want my parents to see me in my biggest moment. Please.
But of course, I can't apologize enough for my stupid family.
We consulted the ceremony staff and they managed to hold the venue on the most recent available date.
I should have broken ties with Mom and Rena years ago. I swear to you, I will never let my family know this time.
He was adamant on that point, but... Couldn't we persuade your parents to attend?
What? You still think that way after what they did to you?
I want them to see their son and make them so proud of him. You see, I want our child, who'll probably be born one day, to be celebrated by as many people as possible. Come to think of it, I haven't properly met your parents yet now, have I? If we go on like this, they'll just live under the impression that I really am a queen of misfortune, and if our child suffered collateral damage... You see where I'm going with this? Like I said, my biggest fear is that the people I care about suffer my unluckiness. That my own child was one such victim.
True. They don't seem like they're gonna stop with the harassment until we get divorced.
And Rena won't be in Japan for a while, right? I wonder if I can fix my relationship with your parents. I could see the reluctance in his face, but perhaps he saw the sense in what I was saying and contacted not his mother, but his father.
Dad wants to meet us. He apparently didn't know about the dress and about the invitation. He was shocked when he found out, and not happy at all.
Now that he mentions it, I'm certain that it was only Mrs. Okada and Rena present when I went to meet his family. Could it be that those against our marriage were only those two?
Mom will have a fit if we talk at home, so we're meeting at a coffee shop during a weekday. My father's treat, saying it's the least he can do to make up for what his wife and daughter have done. I'm terribly sorry about what happened.
Mr. Okada bowed his head deep upon seeing us.
To say that work has kept me so busy will sound like an excuse, but you must forgive me for waiting a while before we settle this. It seems that my wife and daughter have caused you great harm in the meantime. I'd heard that you wanted to marry a girl who didn't even want to meet us. I never dreamed Sachiko would set you away. And I thought you knew about what they did. I thought you also supported Rena during the deed. I'm so sorry, my boy. I can't apologize enough for the ceremony. I'll settle this with my daughter myself. It's time she grows and becomes a proper adult, and not a shameful child like she is. Thank you so much for agreeing to meet me, Miss Hillary.
I was so relieved to find Mr. Okada a very kind, civilized man. And then I told him about my ideas. I believe that your wife has a very wrong impression of me because Rosalina told her stories that made her think that I was a terrible person.
After everything that's happened, impressions hold on to her for a long while. I tried convincing her into thinking otherwise, but I don't know what to do anymore. She's steadfast on believing what she heard first. What's so heartbreaking, my dear, is that Rena couldn't have been any further from the truth.
I clenched my fist and said, "Do you object to me living with you for a while?"
What?
My gut told me to leave Mrs. Okada to rot in her bullshit. Sure, she was going to be my mother-in-law one way or another, but you can't blame me for hating her a little. However, if I didn't try to fix things, who knows when Rio's life would become fraught with danger. This is our happiness we're talking about after all, and I'm going to protect it. I'll do the housework, and if you'll allow it, sir, I will also work for your business. If Mrs. Okada says that she only believes the initial impressions of people, I would like to burn the image of my true self in her mind. And if that ends up in vain as well, I will give up on getting her blessing.
Are you sure about this? Your burdens, they will be monstrous.
I'm used to unluckiness, so this is just normal for me. Don't worry.
Rio, son, you've got yourself a keeper right here, my boy. I know.
And we rolled under their roof starting that very day.
Gah! Why is that creature of discord under our roof?
She'll be living with us for 1 month, dear.
What?
Thank you for having me.
Get the hell out!
And so began the battle of housework that would decide the outcome of the world. Observe her and know what housework she does throughout the day. Ah, I see she's doing the vacuuming. I'm going to help.
Get out of the way, peasant!
So she won't let me help that easily. Well, I'm not done just yet.
Whoa, spicy. If you can't eat what we like here, get the hell out!
Mom, this isn't how we like our cooking done, you know. And I thought you hated making things spicy.
Shut up!
I'm not giving in. While I'm being harassed by my mother-in-law, I also have work to do for my father-in-law's business. And I was offering my support in areas that weren't going too shabby. The business was just about to go bankrupt at one point, but Mr. Okada's business skills brought it back flourishing. Although the company's doing so much better than it was 10 years ago. Its organizational paradigm was absolutely chaotic. Everyone is so busy that they'd even yearn a cat's paw if it could somehow be useful.
Miss Hillary, would you mind delivering this to accounting?
Of course. Please organize these documents. You can count on me.
Miss Hillary, I'd like to copy something.
I'm sorry, but machinery malfunctions wherever I go, so I'm afraid that's out of the question. Superstitious, I know, but in work like this, I have to be cautious 24/7. My experiences thus far in life have shown me what I can and can't do, and I never made any big mistakes, and so I'm happy to know I'm some help, even if it's small to some people.
Yeah. You're not even really doing any real work, are you?
Oh, Madame Okada, what a surprise!
Hey!
What brings you here? Perhaps you've come to see your son's wife?
No, I haven't. Who gives a shit about?
Pardon? You're not on friendly terms, but she's such a sweet girl. Such a hard worker, too.
A sweet girl? Hard worker?
How scandalous! Begging your pardon, madam, but she isn't a bringer of chaos, or anything else by any means. I've never met someone so helpful. She does even the smallest favor without the slightest hint of spite. You must be proud of your son to find such a wonderful girl to be his wife.
She's helping the company?
No trouble whatsoever. I would say she's saving the company instead.
Amen to that. I want my son to marry someone like that, madam.
And what wonderful cooking is waiting for me today? Boiled guano with deep-fried maggots? Hang on. Delicious.
I made it. Of course it's delicious.
This is so tasty.
Well, I wouldn't be completely against showing you if you want to know how to cook this.
Yes, please. This is the best fish I've ever had. I have no idea what caused this, but since that day, Mrs. Okada's attitude towards me became much softer, and she started to teach me things to cook. She even started to show me baby pictures of Rio from time to time. And 1 month came and went. Madam, Rango and I are having a small wedding again, only for our closest friends and relatives. Will you accept my invitation?
I'll think about it.
When she officially got my written invitation, she put it in the drawer with the most important of documents. The distance between us should have become much closer by now after a month. All that was left to do was to hope that the ceremony would go smoothly. I'd cocooned myself in a new dress and was in the waiting room. And that's when both of my in-laws arrived wearing formal clothing. Oh, Mother, thank you so much!
Come on now. You have something to give her, right?
Huh? Mrs. Okada, in an unsettling manner, rummaged through her purse, brought out a small box, opened the lid, and extended her arm towards me. What's this?
A ring we'd prepared when Rango was born. I was keeping it safe to give to the girl who would one day become his wife.
This is... for me?
I'm sorry for misjudging you, dear.
Thank you so much! I accepted the ring and put it on my right pinky. Finally, both of my in-laws had given their blessing. I knew my plan would make her see me for who I truly am. Sure, I may have some of the unluckiest strokes from time to time, but that doesn't mean I only bring chaos and evil. I'm only human after all. The wedding started with a blissful atmosphere. However, an incident would happen yet again.
I freaking eject!
I heard the back door of the hall slam open, and lo and behold, there stood Rena, in a battle stance wearing clothes wildly unfitting for a wedding.
And what have you been doing in my absence, you freaking whore? I'll rip that dress of yours to shreds again!
And right at that moment, when the malicious Rena came straight at me, she cracked her knuckles and Rio rushed to stand between me and her. And then it happened.
Stop this at once, you stupid girl! Mom! What are you doing here? I was so stupid to believe your goddamn lies. Hillary is a wonderful girl and she's marrying into our family. We're so lucky to finally have a useful woman in the house, and over my dead body you will get any closer.
Her mother, whom she thought was her partner in arms here, put herself between Rena and I. Beside Rio, the girl went into panic mode and I could actually see the beads of sweat forming on her forehead.
Oh, what are you talking about, Mom? A whore like that married Rio, darling. She'll become the wife of the CEO later on, you know? Already, Hillary has proven to be more important to your father's business than you ever will. Unlike you, running off wild without a care in the world, she did all the organizing work, and boy oh boy did she transform everything. The hell you mean, bringer of chaos? The one worthy of that dirty, shameful title is you, Rena. No way!
I held you in high regard because you're my loving daughter. But what with the dresses? What with lying to your mother so that you could prevent your own brother Rio from marrying the woman he loves? You will never be forgiven, you hear me? You're going to move out and learn what it's like living alone.
You've got to be freaking kidding me. You're choosing that bitch over me?
Without hesitation!
No!
You've really done us some service here at this fine establishment before, my dear lady. Right this way, madam, and we will negotiate the damage compensation that we will demand you. In case you're wondering, the pieces you destroyed are among the exquisite of ours.
Hey! Wait a sec. Mom? Dad? Rio, darling? Help me!
Now, let's get on with the wedding. I'm so sorry, Hillary, dear. That girl's always been one can short of a six-pack. There was an incident, but with the protection of our friends and family, the wedding came to a wonderful close with us vowing to love each other for all eternity. Later on, the establishment demanded a large sum of damage compensation from Rena. She was sent away from home, and now she's working to make enough to pay things like rent and assorted bills, stuff she's never had to pay for before. And apparently she's struggling. As for Miss Okada, she kindly apologized to me once more when the wedding was over and told me I was welcome anytime, if I decided not to stay at her home. I think I'm going to spend some time alone with Rio for some time first, but I definitely want to live with them permanently one day. By the way, I had only planned on working for Mr. Okada's company for a month, but many of my colleagues enthusiastically wished me to continue working, and now I work there full-time. And Rio, what with me working in his father's business, is now becoming more motivated to inherit it for the future. His father also happens to be a good teacher, because it seems Rio's becoming more and more confident with each passing day.
I really don't see any bad luck with you, dear.
2 minuses make a plus, right?
For real.
Now a new life is growing within me. I know everything will be okay no matter how many strokes of bad luck I get. I will never give in to despair, and I will do my best to make me and my family the happiest in the world.
Kid, where's the food? I just got home from school. I was doing my homework. I can't make it that fast. Are you trying to starve me, huh? Sorry. Remember, you were abandoned by your mother and your sister. Who do you think is paying your bills? While you play outside with your friends. I have to work my ass off at work! I know you're working hard, but I want to go to school and learn too. Just shut up! Please don't hit me! Good thing I can't hit you, or my life is over. If you don't want to get hit, go make dinner! Yes, sir. Sorry. By the way, none of that refrigerated crap from the mall! Make something that'll satisfy me. My name is Kei Mayanahara, and I'm currently 9 years old. In this house, it's only my dad and me. The reason is that my family split apart 6 months ago. We were still a loving family. I even had a little sister that was 3 years younger than me. We would have been going to the same school together by now, but that isn't possible anymore. The reason is that
Please, don't gamble our money away anymore.
Shut it! It's my money! Have you got a problem with that?
We're already in debt.
Then you go to work!
I am working.
Then where's the money, huh?
Why do I even have to pay your debt in the first place? I have to start working at night if we want food on our table.
I have to work at a construction site! You just have to type some numbers into a computer!
The work I do isn't that simple. Don't act like you know anything about working hard.
I have to constantly hear my boss scream at me!
So you gamble all our money away?
That's right!
What happened to us? You.
It's all your fault for getting pregnant.
Huh?
I said I only wanted one child. I didn't think paying for a child was this tiresome.
You're awful. You said you were happy when Mai was born.
Yeah, when she was a baby.
Then?
As the kids got older, they got more annoying. They don't listen to me.
It's 'cause you're always yelling at them.
You taught them wrong. Whatever, I'm getting hungry. Make me some fried chicken and bring me some beer. Quit crying! This is why I hate girls.
Daddy is angry again.
Yeah, he's angry because he lost a lot of money gambling.
When did Daddy become like this? I used to like him when he carried me around.
My.
I don't want to see Mommy like this.
There you go. Don't worry, Big Bro will protect you at all costs.
Really?
Yeah! I'm even the best runner of my school. You remember?
Yeah, you were so cool.
When I become an adult, I want to get revenge on Dad.
Revenge?
Yeah, I want to be a better man than he ever was.
Brother?
Here, you can have my snacks. Mom gave me this in secret.
Yay! Thank you.
As the economy worsened, so did the pay for my dad. That's why he started gambling his money away on horse racing. It got so bad he even had to borrow money from some shady people. I was still a child, so I didn't understand everything. All I knew was that my joyful mother's smile started fading away during this time. That's when the happy family started to crumble apart. Do you want a divorce?
I can't deal with you anymore. Let us free.
Are you sure you can earn enough to support the family?
That's...
I guess you have to quit your job too. You're going to be all alone.
You might be right. I have no other family.
I was the one that saved you. And now you want to be alone again?
Yeah,
Huh?
it's definitely better than spending another day with you. You even hit me yesterday.
That was because you weren't listening to me.
That's why I'm getting a divorce. I can't deal with all this domestic violence.
You...
I have friends that can help me out.
So you're just going to leech off them too?
Unlike you, I actually have some decent friends.
Fine! Divorce me!
Thank you.
But you have to leave Kay behind.
What?
He's our only son. I should have custody of him.
You're telling me to abandon Kay?
You brought the divorce papers to me. The least you can do is compromise.
No way. Kay is my son too.
Then I guess we're not getting a divorce, huh?
How awful.
It's okay, Mom.
Kay, were you listening?
If I stay with Dad, you can be free.
It's not true. I can't be without you.
I'll stay here. You have to protect May.
You're already so mature.
Thank you for everything you've done for me, Mom. Kay says he wants to stay. He's mine.
Kay, I'm so sorry.
In the end, my mom and dad got divorced. I had to say my last goodbyes to Mai. Even though I was still in 3rd grade, my dad forced me to do everything around the house. I had to learn to cook without using a kitchen knife as it was deemed too dangerous. By the time I graduated elementary school, I could cook anything with a cookbook. Dad? What is it? I want to join a club. A club? Yeah, my PE teacher advised me to join the track club. I was the fastest student in the school after all. You? What a joke! How dare you insult me? You made me do all the work around the house. Are we talking about the same guy that reads cookbooks? I know the uniform and shoes will cost money. That's right. And I know that you still have to pay your dad. Yeah, I don't have much money to spend on a little brat like you. And now you want to join the track club using my money? I wouldn't allow it even if you begged your life for it. You belong in the house doing all the chores. Please, it's my one and only wish. Shut up! Don't you dare talk to me like that. Ow! I said I won't allow you to join any clubs. You need to focus on making me happy, okay? Yes, sir. After becoming a middle schooler, I became more confident. That was when the track teacher asked me to join the club. But my dad refused the offer. We were too poor to afford anything other than what was needed. I had to reject the offer with pain in my heart. I know, I can start working when I become a high school student. I just have to wait 3 more years. From that day on, I decided to train myself in my room. Needless to say, I still did all the chores around the house. In the end, I was able to get into a great high school. During high school, I started working at a fast food restaurant while training in the track club. I was swamped, but didn't mind it at all. Before I realized it, it had been 10 years since the divorce. Dad, I have something important to tell you.
Huh?
I'm gonna leave the house by the end of this month.
What the hell?
Do you remember the time I won the national track tournament?
Oh, you mean the one you joined without my permission?
I was the captain of the track team.
What a waste of time!
Thanks to that, I was scouted by a college with a scholarship. I have to move to Tokyo, so I decided to end things with you.
Do you realize what you're saying?
Yep, I'm no longer the same kid that bowed down to you. I'm still a minor, but I can make my own decisions now.
You're gonna leave me after all I've done for you?
I only stayed here to protect Mom and Mai. I've waited 10 years for this. Let me free from this hellish place.
You're trying to act cool, huh? Who's going to pay for your tuition, huh?
Don't worry, as I said, I'm getting a full scholarship.
Damn it!
I'm thankful you paid for everything this past 18 years. But I want to make my dream come true.
Your dream?
That's right. I want to become a sports trainer.
There's no way that'll come true.
That's not for you to decide.
Damn it! You don't even understand how hard I've been working my whole life.
Do you mean the work you used to supply your gambling addiction?
How do you know that?
I'm your son, I know what you think.
You brat!
No matter what you say, you can't change my mind. I have planned everything out.
No way! You're going to spend the rest of your life serving me!
Stop it! A big fight broke out between us. I can't stay here any longer. I packed up my stuff and left the house the next day. My best friend already knew what my life was like, so he accepted me as soon as he heard what happened. Thus ended my relationship between my father and me. 2 years later... who's messaging me? I'm trying to eat! It has been 2 years, and I was already at the age of 21. I've been balancing my studies, track, and part-time work. That's when I got a sudden message. Oh my god, this is so annoying! I decided to open up the message, only to find out it was from my father.
It's been a while, okay? How are you doing? I have something to tell you. Please reply.
You!
Finally!
I'm sorry, but I'm busy right now. And how did you find my number? I thought I blocked you when I left the house.
I decided to change my phone with the little money I had.
So you made a new account? Are you a stalker or something?
Don't say that! This is important.
What? I thought you were enjoying life, spending all your money on horses.
About that. I was fired from my job and I had no money to pay my debt.
Huh?
I accidentally lost one of the files for my work.
What do you mean?
I was sleeping on the train and...
So you forgot your stuff on the train?
I tried to look for it, but I couldn't find it.
That's your own fault. I tried to explain it to my boss, but he just fired me on the spot. What does that have anything to do with me? Please, I'm begging you! Could you lend me some money to pay off the debt? Are you serious? You do realize this is your own damn fault, right? I know it's weird to ask my son for money. Do you remember when I asked if I could join the track club? Huh? You said no, even though I begged you. Do you know how much that affected me? But I didn't have any choice. We were poor and... You hit my mom and scolded her. You are the embodiment of a trashy person. I'm glad I left you. Stop bringing up the past. For me, it's not just the past. You inconsiderate brat! Oh, I also met up with Mom and Mai. What? And now we're gonna live together. You've got to be kidding me! I was surprised to see his messages at first, but I was glad that things were going south for him. And the part about living with my mom and sister was true. I'm gonna move into their house soon. The two came to one of my tournaments by accident. I see. I was surprised to see them in the waiting room. The two seemed very happy. How? She didn't have a job. But she got help from one of her friends. Now she transferred to a big company living in Tokyo. That's great! I can just ask her for the money. Huh? Are you seriously thinking about asking Mom for help? It's urgent! They're coming for me! Please! I need to pay 5 million yen to the loan shark and the company! So 10 million yen? There's no way we have that kind of money. I'll pay it back! Why would I trust a gambling addict's words? Are you serious? Aren't you supposed to look after me? Where in the law does it say that? You freaking brat! I don't care. I'm gonna change my phone now that you know my number. Wait! We're not done! Talking to you reminds me that I had a crappy father. Never ever message me again. Sorry! I was wrong to treat you bad! I really don't care. We're not related anymore. Please, at least give me 100K! See you never. K! I immediately blocked his number and turned off my phone. I quickly ate my food and went back to class. Last I heard, my dad was kidnapped by the loan sharks. Now he's forced to work somewhere in Japan to pay back his money. I bet he has to work his whole life tirelessly to pay for his actions. Honestly, I couldn't care less about him. As for myself, I moved in with my mom and sister. Mai is now 18 years old and in her last year in high school. Mai told me she never forgot about me. When I heard that, I thought I was gonna cry. Here you go, my special dinner for my special family.
Yay! It looks so good!
I hope you like it.
Thank you.
It might be too much for Mai.
Don't worry. I'm actually a food fighter.
What?
Yeah! People know me as the high school girl that eats a lot.
I had no idea.
I'm thrilled to be with you again. Let's make up for the time we lost.
Of course.
Kay, I'm so sorry I didn't fight back more with you.
Don't apologize, Mom.
But
We need to think about the present. When the two ate my food, they told me it was delicious. Something that my dad never said to me in a decade. I should start looking into cooking a little bit more.
My name is Minori. I'm a junior in high school. My father is an office worker, and my mother works part-time. We're an ordinary family. Next winter, I'll be taking college entrance exams, so I'm studying hard, not only in school, but also at home. I also studied with friends who have the same school of choice, but I'm not that good at academics. But because I continued to study hard after I enrolled in high school, I became the top of the class. Mom! Dad! Look! I'm in the top 10 spots in my class! Wow, impressive.
We're proud of you. Good job.
I'm not that good with numbers, so I had a hard time in those subjects, but my friend taught me, and my teacher even praised me.
You've always been hardworking.
My school is a preparatory school for uni, and I didn't want to be left out, so...
You don't know how to give up.
Because my dream is to work overseas at Uncle Yukihiro's company.
My older brother? I see. How many years has it been since he moved?
He became a successful entrepreneur 10 years ago, and he moved overseas 7 years ago.
He hasn't come back since he moved overseas. He should at least see us sometimes.
But he sends letters and souvenirs sometimes. And does Skype calls and line messages.
He's single and treats you like his daughter. He probably wants to work with his niece in the future.
No problem. I may not seem like it, but I'm good at Japanese. Minori, you don't have to rush yourself. Mom! You're still 18. Studying is important, but don't forget to play too. Play? You need to take a breather sometimes. Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll prepare a special dinner tonight. I'll cook your favorite dishes, carbonara and carpaccio. Yay! We enjoyed Mom's cooking as a family. My parents were happy, like it was their achievement too. That made me want to do better on the exam. When I go to university, I want to study abroad. Thinking about my plans, I crawled to my bed and slept. However, months later, a tragedy occurred. Minori, are you still in school? Yes, I was thinking of attending extra classes after school. I have something important to tell you. Actually, the company your dad works for went bankrupt. He kept it secretly from us, but the company went bankrupt. So does that mean that he lost his job? Right. He's out of work from today because of company reasons. Oh no! I heard that the company president did everything he could until the end, but classified information got leaked to their rival company and they presented those products as their own. But... He received retirement money, so we'll be able to live on that for a while. But you don't have to worry. I'll ask my employer if he can promote me to a higher rank. Okay. Minori, you have to continue your education. You want to work in Japan, right? Is it okay? Leave your education expenses to me, okay? Thanks, Mom. I will also work part-time when I go to college. My mom's message was shocking. She told me that the company my dad works for went bankrupt. I can't help but feel shocked about the sudden termination of employment. I'm sure my dad is more shocked than anyone else. What should I say to him when I get home? I thought about that while taking extra classes.
Your salary is only this much this month?
Oh no. Dad! Don't be violent! Mom is doing her best every day at work.
Shut up! She's only earning half of what I used to make.
That's because she just started working full-time.
When did you start working part-time? Tell me!
2 years ago.
Right, it's been 2 years. But why are you not earning that much?
That's because it has only been 2 months since I started working full-time. I'm sure my salary will go up once I finish training.
I bet it won't be that much.
Honey, why do you have to become so easily angered?
What?
You've always been kind-hearted and loving to your family.
Shut up! I'm looking for a job!
Is staying at home all day drinking alcohol what you call looking for a job?
I worked all these years for you! What's wrong with taking time off?
What about our daughter's education?
Education?
She'll be taking an exam next week. Stop relying on alcohol.
Shut up, woman!
Our daughter needs us.
Are you saying that I should put up for the sake of this kid?
That's not what I said. Dad!
Minori, learn by yourself! You can work anywhere you want unless you're able to earn twice as me.
I will never give up on my dream to work in Japan.
Do it if you can.
Mom, I'll tidy this up, so please take a rest in your room. Thank you, Minori. I'm sorry I failed you as your mother. My once kind father now drinks alcohol all day and becomes violent when things don't go his way. He doesn't look for work and instead is on the internet all day. I see my mom crying almost every other day. My heart aches every time I see her like that. After the exams were over and I was waiting for graduation, something unbelievable happened. I'm home!
Minori!
Dad, where's Mom?
She's not coming home anymore.
What?
She left this and left us.
Is that a certificate of divorce?
Yes.
What is the meaning of this? I don't understand.
It seems like your mother couldn't take it anymore. She also left a letter.
You're kidding, right?
Read the letter if you think I'm not telling the truth.
Minori, honey, I did everything I could, but I couldn't take it any longer. I lost confidence in our family. I'm sorry, but I can't live like this anymore. Honey, please send Minori to college. Minori, I'm sorry I failed as your mother. Please take care of yourselves. Mom! Mom!
I don't think she went to your grandparents' home. She disappeared without telling anyone where she went.
Why is this happening?
Your mother is gone, so we don't have an income anymore. From now on, you should work for us.
Huh?
Didn't you hear me?
Wait, what are you planning to do?
I don't plan to work from now on.
What? I will go to college and study hard for 4 years.
It's a waste of money. Give it up.
I don't want my unemployed father to tell me what to do.
How dare you talk to me like that? Listen, I raised you for 18 years. I won't allow you to go to college. Once you graduate from high school, work!
Stop telling me what to do!
What? Are you disobeying me as that woman did? You do look like her. That cheeky attitude, too.
I'm scared of my dad. My body is shaking and I can't move.
Listen, children should follow what their parents say.
That's wrong!
Your mother abandoned you. She left us so she'll have a more comfortable life. Don't you think that the certificate of divorce and the letter prove that?
Mom!
Right, tell your school that. You won't go to college because you will work.
Yes, I understand.
Don't even think about running away. Work hard for me!
Just like that, my mom disappeared all of a sudden, and I couldn't contact her. I was forced to live alone with my dad who drinks alcohol every day. If I was stronger, maybe this wouldn't have happened. My mind was filled with those thoughts, and I ended up crying in my room.
I'm out of booze! Go buy more!
I can't. The stores are already closed.
But to the convenience store!
Dad, you're drinking too much every day. You might become dependent on liquor.
No worries, this is normal.
Really?
More importantly, you're handing me your salary, right?
Yes?
It's been a year since you started working, but I don't see a raise in your salary at all.
Of course. It's only been a year yet.
You lack the guts.
Could you please let me use my phone now?
What did you say?
Ever since you took my phone away from me, I lost contact with my friends, and I don't have anyone to talk to anymore. Last year, I became 20. February last year, before graduation, I told my advisor that I won't be going to college. I wanted to tell him everything, but all I was able to say was, because of family reasons. I'm working as a clerk at a company. When I got the job, Dad took my phone and laptop away, which were my only forms of communication. I put up with it all this time, but I couldn't take it any longer.
You won't need it because you're a slave.
What?
You don't need to because you'll only be going to work and back home.
Please! My colleagues look at me funny.
Don't mind about what others say.
It's strange no matter how I think about it.
Minori,
What?
whose fault do you think it was that woman left us? You know, right? She left us because you can't become independent.
No. I didn't.
You liked your mother that much. How pitiful.
Stop! Please don't do this to me!
Minori, you're alive because of me. Don't forget that.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Get me more booze if you understand. Don't get me the sweet ones that taste like juice.
My father controlled me mentally. Even on my days off, I wasn't free. At first, I cried a lot because my mother was gone, but my tears eventually dried up and I was losing my strength to escape. He didn't only abuse me verbally, but he also slapped me when he was out of booze. If I defy him, I don't know what he'll do next. Filled with so much fear, I headed to the convenience store.
You're receiving more bonus than I thought. You've done the best you could.
Thank you.
I'm feeling good today. You can order whatever you want and have it delivered.
What, really?
There's a Spanish restaurant near the MoniRobo station. They offer delivery service.
You mean the refreshing paella restaurant?
Yeah, that one. I heard the reviews are good.
Okay, I'll call the restaurant, so will you please tell me the number? That day, my dad was in a good mood. More money was transferred to my bank account as a bonus, so he was happy. He'll probably use it all on liquor. He wrote down the restaurant's number and handed it to me. Just when I was about to call for delivery using the telephone, the phone rang. What should I do? Should I take the call? I looked in the living room to check on my father, but he seems to be occupied with the TV, so I decided to take the call. Yes? Hello?
Is that you, Minori?
Uncle?
Oh, I'm glad I finally got a hold of you.
It's been a while since I last heard from you, Uncle.
I couldn't contact you since last year, so I was worried. Your father didn't pick up my calls, so...
You called all of a sudden. Did you want something?
I was wondering whether you're doing well in college.
Uncle,
Are you alright? You sound like you're crying.
help me. Uncle, please help me.
Calm down. What happened?
I want to escape from my dad. I don't want to live with him anymore.
Take a deep breath and tell me what happened.
Yes. I told him everything that happened this past year. Apparently, he didn't even know that my parents divorced. Despite feeling scared, I told him everything. I heard a sigh from the other end of the line.
Okay, I understand.
Dad took my phone away and got the contract cancelled.
So that's why I couldn't contact you.
I had no choice but to give up going to college. I'm now doing office work at a company that hires high school graduates.
I see.
I might go crazy if I continue living with a dad like this.
Don't worry. Leave it up to me.
Uncle?
I'm calling from a hotel in New York.
Really?
It's been a while since I've been back in the States.
Uncle, you're in the States?
I was thinking of touring around here before going there, but my priority right now is to save my niece.
Dad is drunk every day. Please, help me.
Got it. I will prepare my stuff so I'll arrive there by 9. It might be tough, but please bear with it until I arrive there.
Yes, yes! We ended the call, then I called the restaurant. When I went back to the living room, Dad was watching the TV and laughing. He was watching comedians and seemed to still be in a good mood. I might finally be free with this. Hoping for my freedom, I waited for the order to arrive.
Who's that at this hour?
Maybe it's some volunteer trying to spread the gospel.
So annoying. I'll drive him away. Good evening. Big brother? Long time no see. Why are you here? I came here for a vacation. More importantly, you smell of alcohol. It's none of your business. Go away. You got divorced a year ago. I heard from Minori. This noon I called you, but Minori picked up. She told me that you're abusing her physically and mentally. That prick! Not only did you stop her from going to TM College, but you also took away most of her salary. What's wrong with that? A child's money is the parent's money. After the company you worked for went bankrupt, this is what you turned into? I pity your ex-wife and daughter. Shut up! I'm the head of this household. I don't need those who disobey me. How far have you fallen into? Don't tell me you came to help Minori escape. She's an adult now. You can't keep her forever. You might be my brother, but kidnapping is a crime. Don't talk to me like that. Minori is getting out of here on her own accord. What?
While my dad and uncle were arguing, I packed my things. When I thought how far he came from me, tears started to roll down my cheek. Before their divorce, Mom gave me a suitcase as a present, saying I might need it for college. I packed all the things I needed and headed down to the door. Uncle, sorry to keep you waiting. I'm ready now.
Okay, let's go to the hotel. What happened? You have bags under your eyes.
Really?
Oh, you must have not had a good rest.
Thank you for coming to rescue me.
I reserved the hotel for a month. Sumptuous meals will be prepared too.
Uncle, are you sure you're fine using that much money?
Don't worry, I own the company.
Thank you. I will gladly accept it.
Okay, let's go now. Hey, wait a minute! What? Don't take her without my permission! I'm Minori's father! You don't have the right to say that you're a father. You talk big. Is that how rich people talk? I feel ashamed as your brother for your actions. I can't believe you've fallen this hard when you've been a very kind and serious person. It's not my fault! You would have remained a happy family if you looked for a job after that unfortunate incident. You're a bad father for venting your anger out on your family. Minori, do you have evidence of your father abusing you?
I have recorded clippings and a diary.
What?
Dad, I will never forgive you for what you did to Mom. You're the one who ruined our once happy family.
What?
I still haven't given up on my dream. I will resign from work and go to college.
Shut up! I will never let you do that! It's better you don't hit your daughter any more than you already did. I'm sure Minori wants to respite you for assault.
Dad, thank you for everything you've done for Mom and me. But I'm not your slave.
Wait! What should I do from now on?
Please let me dissolve our relationship as parent and child. Goodbye, Dad.
Hey, don't leave me! I'm your father! Shit!
I ignored my dad's cussing and left the house with my uncle. The moment I got inside the taxi, I saw the pitiful expression on his face, but I never looked back after that. A month later, I resigned from my job and transferred to my bank, but the amount was still insufficient for college tuition. Then my uncle said that he'll support me. My family broke up, and I lost everything, but I was saved by my uncle's words.
It's your first time outside the country, right?
Yes! The culture here is different, and I love it.
Which university are you going here?
I'm going to Tokyo University. I will study humanities and social sciences for a year there.
I see. It won't be an easy road, but you can do it.
Thanks to you, my life changed. I can't thank you enough.
I'm happy with just those words.
After I graduate, I will move here. I will do my best in college, so I hope you'll be there for me.
Of course!
I'm a university student now, and my dream to study in Japan came true. The students around me are mostly international students. There are times I get perplexed, but I'm not having that much of a hard time. I'm very excited about my college life. As for my father, he's unemployed, so he can't pay the bills, and the house became like a garbage dump in no time. He got addicted to gambling and ended up in a lot of debt. With his alcohol problem, he's now hospitalized somewhere. My beloved family won't go back to what it used to be, but I plan to pursue happiness on my own. After I graduate in 2 years, I will search for my missing mother, and I hope to see her again someday.